Intuition is the topic at hand today. Now, what moved me to do this topic was an experience I had yesterday with my intuition. And being a child of the Most High, you use your instincts or your intuition or your discernment, in other words, all the time. You're using it all the time. And people don't like to acknowledge it or, I believe, give enough thanks, to our intuition, to our discernment. And when you give thanks to that, in return, it will make you give thanks to the Creator, to the Most High. Because the Lord told you that in the book of Ephesians, that He, the Father of glory, He may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of Him. That's really what intuition is. It's a spirit. It's like a GPS of the soul. You feel me? It's guiding you. It's there to guide you, to give you good judgment. Now, intuition. Those of us that perceive information at a deeper level. See, we are deep thinkers, critical thinkers, analytical thinkers. And I'm telling y'all, these people out here in society, they want to keep you asleep. They want to put you back to sleep. They want you to think, behave, and perceive things like they perceive things, like the hive mind. Because see, you may think that everyone has intuition. It may be true. But at the same time, it's us, children of the Most High, whose instinct and discernment ability and empathy is heightened. It's actually heightened. Our sense of awareness is more heightened. And that's what helps us see through other people's social facade. Alright? See, we know that life is full of meaning, connections, signs, and symbolism. And we pay attention to everything. You got to remember, having intuition, instinct, discernment, empathy, it kind of coexists with each other. But you can't never forget that it's a gift. Alright? It is a gift from the Most High. And everyone is not going to have that gift that's from the Most High. It's really only given to His children. You feel me? Let me give you an example. Like, have you ever kind of realized, almost predicted that something was going to happen before it actually did? Or have you known something someone was going to do or say before they actually said or did it? You feel me? Like, let me give you an example. Say, for instance, you're around someone, and people like to call it vibes or energy. Those are more like, street term words for it. But like, in spiritual format, it's really your discernment that's being heightened when you're around a certain person, or it's your intuition. Have you ever been around somebody and you got that like gut feeling that something just was not right about this person? And you paying attention to the things that they're doing. Because see, having intuition, you're able to read or pick up on what someone else is truly feeling by their facial expressions, body language, and so on and so forth. See, a lot of people don't know that you can tell exactly what someone's feeling on the inside by their facial expressions and by their body language. So let me give you an example. You could be having a conversation with someone, right? And you thinking y'all on the same page. Because see, what's coming off that person's lips, it sounds good. It sounds like oil, butter, and honey, in the words of the Most High. But see, when you look away, then you look back at them, their facial expression or their body language and their negative aura is going to shine brighter than the words that's coming off of their lips. You feel me? That's where intuition comes into play. And a lot of people cannot use intuition. They don't have the ability to use it to its full potential like the children of the Most High do. See, few is gifted with strong intuition, which is nothing but the spirit of Yah. And another thing that a lot of people don't know, that I believe, all right, from my experience, I believe your heart is the source. Your heart is the source of wisdom, because that's all intuition is. It's having wisdom, higher intelligence, and intuition, high discernment. And it stems from your heart. That's the source. And it like sends waves to your mind. So you see how it all kind of plays at once? Because see, your heart determines your discernment capacity. That's why the Lord speaks on having a good heart so much. You feel me? Like all the time. So I truly believe your intuition comes from your heart. It's like it's connected to your heart. Because see, like in Genesis 6:5, the Lord said that he saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. You see? The thoughts of his heart. See, for what a man thinks and does and says come from his heart. That's why I say it's connected to the heart and the intuition. See, the definition of intuition is to know something without conscious reasoning. So let me give you an example. Say, for instance, have you ever been around somebody and like I said, your intuition kicks in, you get that gut feeling that something is not right about them. And people like to describe it, like you notice if they tell a story, they'll be like, this little voice was in the back of my head, or this voice was in the back of my mind. You see? That's your intuition. That was your heart speaking to you. That's what that is. That's what that little voice is that people like to describe. That's why the Most High was adamant, just like in the book of Proverbs. He said to keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the spring of life. You see? Keep your heart with all vigilance, saying to protect your heart at all costs, for from it flows the springs of life. You see? It is life. Your heart is life. That's why he told you in the book of Psalms, create in me a clean heart, oh yeah, and renew a right spirit within me. Do you see? Create in me a clean heart, oh yeah, and renew a right spirit within me. Now you see why I say everyone doesn't have intuition. Everyone doesn't have discernment, because everyone doesn't have that spirit of Yah flowing through them. In other words, everyone don't have that little voice in the back of their head, because everyone's heart is not clean. All right? And in order for Yah to renew a right spirit within you, I'm saying a right spirit. Some people are filled up with bad spirits. But see, in order for him to renew a right spirit within you, you have to ask him to create in you a clean heart. Why does he do that before he put the right spirit in you? Because see, your heart has to be up to par before anything. Because he told you, from it flows the springs of life. Okay? I'm telling y'all how this works, how the Most High works. It's so beautiful how our bodies are created. Okay? See, that's why you may suddenly realize things. Let me give you an example. Like sometimes I could be, just now making it home or something like that. Or before I get ready to lay down and go to sleep. Or I'm getting ready to clean my face or take a shower. And I suddenly realize something. It's like random. Like random thoughts or something, pop up in your head. And I'm able to put it all together, like put the puzzle together. You ever thought of some kind of dawned on you like later on down the line. And you like, it all makes sense now, or that's what that was. You feel me? It's like a confirmation or an epiphany. You feel me? And it kind of confirms what you was right about in your judgment. Like you was right about something all along. You ever been in a bad relationship or something that didn't work out? Or let me give you an example. Like a lot of us who's been in relationship with narcissists, I know that we may all have this in common. Like down the line, like it could be even months or maybe even years after the relationship was over, and some shit just pop up in your head randomly out of nowhere, and you like, so that's what that was, or this was that. You feel me? Like like you were able to put the pieces together, and you then say, dang, my judgment was right, or what I was thinking was right, or my gut feeling was right, or that little voice that was in the back of my mind was right. You see, it's your intuition, and it is spiritual. Our intuition enables us to perceive things that most people cannot. That's why a lot of times, like I notice if I'm around a lot of people, like hive-minded people, it seems like I'm always the one that's, you feel me, that's like alert, that's able to see through everybody or everything. You feel me? Through the real and through the fake. Just able to spot things, able to pick up on things quickly. Emotions, like I'm aware of it. And it manifests itself, like I said, as that gut feeling or like a hunch. You ever get like a hunch about somebody, you just like, dang, I don't think something's right about him or her. And then down the line, they kind of expose themselves to be who they truly were. And you're like, dang, I knew it. I knew it. You feel me? I knew that something was wrong with this person, or I knew that I was right. I knew my instincts was right. I knew that good feeling I had was right. It's a lot of examples, a lot of ways that you can go about it. You feel me? But it's basically like we can sense when someone has a negative aura about them. Not only that, you can sense when something is positive. But in a lot of situations, it's like when you're in a negative situation. You feel me? Like when you're around someone that's negative, that's trying to pretend to be a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Is when you realize, you kind of see through the bullshit that they got going on. So yeah, intuition. Your heart determines your discernment capacity. And discernment is nothing more than the ability to judge well. That's why I say people like to say don't be judgmental, don't do this, because they talking about the Lord said to not judge. But like I said, you gotta realize when you read the Bible, man, it's written in parables. So it's like you would know, as long as the Holy Spirit is guiding you, it's like you will know what it is that they done kind of try to add in there, or this and that. You feel me? Or kind of you're able to see like what they took away, because it's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know. You feel me? When the Lord is saying don't judge, he's saying like, basically like, on the outside on the physical appearance of a person. Like, let me give you an example. Like, just because someone may be a little bit bigger than you, I'm talking about weight size. Like, you may be like fucking 97 pounds or some shit, and somebody else is like thicker than you, and they may be like 175 pounds or something like that. Like, don't judge them just by how they look on the outside. Get to know them in the heart, and then you make righteous judgment. I told you guys, it's a season for everything. It's a time to kill. It's a time to not kill. It's a time to laugh. It's a time to cry. You see? It's a time for everything. And it's also a righteous side to everything. So discernment is the ability to judge well. You got to think about it, because like, what sense does that make if someone's telling you don't judge this, don't judge that? But okay, in order for you to figure out what type of person this person truly is based off their actions, I mean, you kind of have to judge. You have to. You feel me? You'll end up in a world of trouble, or like in a situation you don't want to be in, if you don't make the correct judgment off of somebody. You feel me? You could fuck around and end up in the midst of a serial killer, a fucking psychopath, a narcissist. You feel me? You have to judge with righteous judgment. Meaning, not just because how somebody looks on the inside, because oh, he or she looks so good, or they ugly, or this and that. You know, that's vain. All of that shit is vanity. Alright? I'm talking about judging the heart. Having the ability to judge well. Like using your empathy. Okay? Now another example I'm gonna give you guys. Have y'all ever been like around a perp? Like somebody who's working for these motherfuckers, like a fucking agent or something. And like I told y'all, they like to speak indirectly. So that's another harassment tactic of theirs. Because see, you have to remember, these people are cowards. They lack the emotional intelligence and social skills to communicate. So this is another form of harassment that they do. You know, they give backhanded insults. They talk passive aggressively towards you. But the main thing I'm getting at is indirectly speaking. So let me give you an example. Say for instance, you're around a perp, but you don't just yet know that this person is a perp. You know, basically is your enemy. It's set out to watch you. You know, that's the only reason that they're around you. So you're noticing in the conversations that you guys are having, it sounds like the person is indirectly speaking. You know, it sounds like the insults are backhanded, or the things that they're saying is backhanded. See, and the whole purpose of them doing this method is so that you're confused and unsure of what's happening. It allows them to act out their aggression without taking responsibility for it. See, this is something that happened to me yesterday, actually. You know, I realized the person that I was talking to, it's like they were double speaking. Like everything they said, it basically had two meanings. You know, and if I didn't have intuition or discernment, or if that light bulb didn't go off in my head, I'm like, oh, this person is really talking about me. You feel me? It's indirect conversation that they was doing. And I peeped it. And so what I did was I began to talk indirectly to that person so that they could feel it also. But see, I started to talk about the Most High. You feel me? And they're talking about basically their little gang stalking family and all that type of shit, and what they're capable of and all of that. You know, trying to instill fear, and that shit will never work with me. You feel me? Because I know who's in charge of it all. So imagine if I didn't have that instinct, if I didn't have that intuition, if I didn't have a good, clean heart, I wouldn't have been able to pick up on or think deeply about what it was that person was really saying. I would have just took it for face value. You feel me? Instead of basically reading in between the lines. So that's another example of me using my intuition and having discernment. See, it really came into play for me. You feel me? And I was so thankful. I'm like, dang, I'm glad I have discernment. You feel me? Because y'all could be having people around y'all. Y'all think it's meant to be around y'all, or you know, means you good, but in reality the whole time, every time they speaking to you or y'all holding a conversation, it's really backhanded. You feel me? And it got to the point where I had to ask the person that was around me. I'm like, dang, I asked him, I said, you know, did you try to take a jab at me? You know, was that a backhanded insult you just did? And they was all like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, because you know, it kind of sounded like a sharp jab, but see, they're going to deny it. Because remember, they're cowards. But see, I know better. I knew what it was. I just called it out. You feel me? Because ain't no point of beating around the bush. I'm going to let your ass know. So, yeah, that's another thing these people do, y'all. They like to indirectly speak, or passive aggressive, or double speak. And see, if you don't have intuition, or discernment, you're not going to be able to, to call it, to catch it. You feel me? You got to understand this is a war, you guys. This is a war. So like I said, the heart is the source of wisdom, higher intelligence, intuition, knowledge. It is the source, your heart. Okay? Because from your heart flows life. So, if you guys are blessed with intuition or discernment, thank the Most High. Thank Him. Because there's nothing but His Spirit that dwells in us, protecting us, heightening our senses. You feel me? Giving us the ability to see, basically, beyond the spectrum, beyond this matrix. Giving us the ability to see what is truly going on. Alright? In this world around us. That's why we're able to point it out. That's why we're able to relate to it. And like I told y'all, everyone does not have this ability. Everyone is not able to use it to its full potential, like the children of the Most High. Few is gifted with this strong intuition, which is the spirit of Yah. So with that being said, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, shalom to you all. And the title of this video is going to be called Intuition. Alright? Intuition. Hopefully you guys learned something here, And never, another thing I want to say, you guys, is never ignore your intuition. Never ignore what it is, you're feeling in your gut, or that voice that's speaking to you, like in the back of your mind. Never ignore it, alright? Because I told you guys, our intuition is literally like a GPS. It's guiding us. It's guiding us. It's like the GPS of our souls. It's guiding us through this life, keeping us out of harm's way, letting us know basically when we are in harm's way and when to get away from it, and to also know when we are in the presence of someone good. You will know. Your intuition speaks. It will tell you. Okay, you guys? From your thoughts to your heart, just how the whole way our human body is set up. It's kind of set up like a system, I told you, and it all works together. But the controller of that system, that spirit that's controlling it, is the spirit of the Most High. And this is for His children. Okay? So never ignore your gut feeling. In other words, never ignore the energy you get. Never ignore the vibes that you get from someone. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you now, I am living witness of this shit. Your intuition was always right. It's always going to be right. If you get that feeling, it's okay to kind of, test it out just to make sure, that you're not tripping or nothing. You 100%, correct. And I'm telling you guys, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, you're always going to be right. Your judgment about someone, this person, that person, or this thing, that thing, it's always going to come out as being correct. Never ignore it, because it's there for a reason. Okay? It's there to help us. Don't be afraid of it. Use it and give thanks to the Creator. Okay? We using our intuition all the time, y'all. Deep thinkers, critical thinkers, children of the Most High. We use our intuition every single day. And sometimes we use it without even knowing it. You feel me? You thinking that it's you doing this, or thinking this way, or telling yourself to do this, or got yourself out of harm's way. But no, it was what's inside of you. It's your intuition. And it is inside of us. It's within us. So I say, look within. Okay? It's not far from us. It's right there. So, with that being said, and never let anyone, another thing, never let anyone take what you know is right from you. Because like I told y'all, these people in this society, a lot of them wish that they had what you had. They wish that their mind was like yours. And they want you to be a part of the hive mind like them. So they don't want you to use your gift, you guys. Intuition is a gift. It is a gift. And it is very rare. A lot of people do not think before they do things. That's why so much stuff is going on. They don't have that connection with empathy. They are not wired like that. I told you guys about that in my Wheat and Tear video. These things have to be wired in you, okay, by the Most High. Do not let anyone take away something that you know is right and you know the way that you feel. Pay attention to your feelings. It's not weak or it's not lame or whack to have feelings, you guys. That's what this world wants us to believe. They want you to think, oh, you lame if you feel this way, or you whack as fuck, like if you have emotions and feelings. But see, that's what makes us human. That's how these robots and these fucking Nephilim and these demons and Misus act. They don't have emotions. They don't have feelings because they're not real humans. That's what makes us real humans, you guys, is having emotions and feeling and using our heart, mind, body, and soul. Okay? Our temple, the Lord told you, keep it holy. And it will take care of you if you take care of it. It is here to protect us. Okay? So don't be afraid of it and don't let anyone try to, defer you from what it is that you may think or feel or that you know. You feel me? Because like I told y'all, connections, signs, and symbols in life, it's full of it. It's full of connections, signs, and symbols. It's full of it. So pay attention. And when you see it, trust yourself. Trust your instinct. Don't doubt it. Because, see, that's when you begin to mess up. That's when you end up getting yourself in some shit. And you have to look back. And you're like, dang, I got that feeling before I did this. Or before this happened. Or before I let that person around. But I still allowed them around. Or I still did this. Or I still went against the grain. See? Our intuition is there to help us. To guide us. To things that we do not know. You see? Things that we're not even conscious of ourselves is there to help us. It is that voice that's in the back of your head, all right? So pay attention and never not trust it. Never deny it, all right? Always trust your instinct, that gut feeling. Always trust it. You feel me? Because 9 times out of 10 it's right. So your intuition, you guys, it's like a GPS. And like I said, your heart determines your discernment capacity. And your heart is the source of this intuition, which is wisdom, higher intelligence. Okay? So cleanse your heart. Make your heart pure. Have a good heart. And you will have good intuition.
We use the term energetics to refer to the systems that we can't see or touch. For example, our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions. The mind and heart feelings are energetic sources that underlie our thoughts and emotions. They're primary drivers of our biological systems and have a powerful influence on our behaviors, choices, and results. The intuitive energetic heart is what people have associated with their inner voice throughout history. From our perspective, the energetic heart communicates a steady stream of intuitive information to the mind and brain, which in most cases we only use a small percentage of, because our ego choices overrides the intuitive suggestion. Access to our heart's intuition varies among people, yet we all have it. As we learn to slow down our mind and attune to our deeper heart feelings, our natural intuitive connection can occur. Intuition is like energetic gold. Intuitive insights often unfold more understanding of ourselves, others, issues, and life than years of accumulated knowledge. That's why the state of coherence is rapidly gaining interest. In this state, more and more people are reporting increased access to their heart's intuitive guidance, realizing it's within them, and with a little practice, it's easier to access than